Let's talk about the many myths surrounding the financial system, the present dissolution thereof, and what is coming in. I am talking, of course, about the QFS, the quantum financial system. We are living in a world where it is very, very difficult to um, understand the difference between what is reality, what is not reality, what is potentially true, and above all, what can be made true through our own awareness, or should I be saying through the direction, through the conscious direction of our consciousness. Underneath the appearance of everything, and that includes the QFS, of course, there is consciousness. This is something which is very, very hard for people to understand. Hence, I have decided to do this a little video to give everybody who is interested a bit better of understanding of what we need to look at in order to not only feel more confident about the future, but also to align with something in a way that is in accordance with universal principles. Very important this is. So let's backtrack a moment here and let's go to the inception, the original inception of what I call the financial codes. Now, this goes back a very, very long time. We can also say that humanity and human consciousness has been directed and controlled through the financial codes. In other words, it's a program. So we could actually argue that all of life is a program. The only difference between the programs is that some of are good for us and others are not so good for us. The financial codes, on the face of it, seem to have been very well working for quite some time. You notice I'm choosing my words very carefully here. And then there has been increasingly an awareness that perhaps the financial system isn't working as well as we thought. And with that initial awareness, which goes back also a long time, and when I say a long time here, I'm talking about decades, it has become increasingly obvious that in order to move forward, we need to change the system somewhat. However, underneath that awareness is a much, much deeper awareness, and that awareness is spiritual in essence, and namely that how you function, how you see your identity, and really how you do everything in your life, and I mean everything, how you choose your job, how you see yourself, how you age, how you do not age, how you stay healthy, how you do not stay healthy, is all conditioned by the codes in the financial system. So, in other words, the financial system does not only affect anybody who is working in a bank, who has chosen to become a trader, a financial trader, of course, I mean here, or who has chosen to become a broker or work in any other capacity in the financial system. It is all encompassing. Now, this is the first thing you need to really, really take on board. If you are, let's say, a person who is consciously aware and is working, let's say, with children, for argument's sake, the financial system is of equal importance and has equal impact on you as it might have on a trader. The only difference is that you may consciously not be that aware of it, which in turn also makes you vulnerable to misinformation, makes you vulnerable to the fear mongering that is out there about what is going on in the world of finance, and ultimately makes you vulnerable to making the wrong conclusions and wrong decisions moving forward, because you just do not understand. And what I'm saying about this little example is actually true for the vast majority of people, even very educated people. It is true for the vast majority of professionals. They have no idea. They are not interested. They also see it as bad, as evil, and we can't get away from the fact that it is not all good and a bed of roses. But this is not about bad and neutral or very good. This is about understanding what we are dealing with, and it is about choosing alignment, which then enables you to see the vision which is behind what is going on. And this is the contradiction, shall we say, the dualistic aspect of what we are experiencing here on Earth at the moment, which is feeling very, very uncomfortable, because like everything in our present reality, and we are talking about the three-dimensional, materially oriented physical reality as it appears to us, it seems to be dualistic. Now, underneath the duality of it, good versus bad, light versus dark, and so on and so forth, black versus white, there is something very, very different. And that something is playing out in the financial system, which is seeking to reinvent itself in line with the massive collective consciousness which has been initiated in our galaxy. So this shift of consciousness is here, and we can now argue what was there first, the chicken or the egg, because we are all moving into a different information frequency. All information which you are processing, and I mean all of it, is processed due to where your own personal frequency band resides, which is also your energy signature, which is what you send out into the universe. So if you are on a lower energy frequency band, you are limited to receiving the lower frequencies, and those are the frequencies of fear, of anger, and manipulation, and external control. The more you move towards the upper band of your frequency band, you are going to knock on the glass ceiling, which moves you into another frequency band where vision opens, and creativity opens up, which then in turn allows you to see other possibilities and start, as you are exploring them, generating them in your life. And incidentally, this is what my work is all about. This is what everything you see on my website is all about. Originally, I was mainly working with financial traders. Well, I say originally, certainly for the last 15 years. Before that, I've worked with military personnel, and I've worked with many professionals, assisting them to see beyond what appears to be the reality that is fixed in stone. So what I'm saying here to you is this: we are going through this transformation. It's inevitable. It is happening now. The financial system that you think is there and is rock solid is not there anymore. So I know that's a big statement. Something else is coming into place, and that something else coming into place is undergoing a dualistic experience. Now, it is up to you and I to make what's coming, and what's coming is the QFS, to make this work. It is a matter of consciousness, because what is behind the QFS is pure genius. It's built on the Mandelbrot principle. It is built on and beyond a quantum computer. It is absolutely sheer genius. Make no mistake. Now, if you want to learn more about it, understand how it works, you want to sign up to my newsletter, because not only do I do regular webinars, I offer group mentoring, which live group mentoring, which takes place approximately once every month, up to 6 weeks, depending sort of where we are in the energy at the moment. You can subscribe to it for a fee, where I go into details about how the QFS works. And you need to understand this. This is just one of the things, by the way, I discuss, because really underneath it is all about consciousness, learning to go with the flow, aligning your consciousness to the higher frequency levels, where you will have the ability to receive new information and have access to the immense and fantastic possibilities we are talking in this video of the QFS. So let's stay with this. So of the new financial system that is coming in. You need to understand how it potentially will work. You need to understand the role you will have in shaping this. And once you understand this, then you will begin to grasp the fact that you are an integral part of this, which will be shaping our future. I am deliberately avoiding using the words financial future, because this goes beyond this. This goes into seeing how humanity is going to function beyond duality in a much more positively unified field, which allows your own unique template as a human being to shine. And the emphasis here is on the human being that knows itself as a part of source and that generates in alignment with source. Now this is very, very exciting. This is very beautiful, and it is so beautiful because it awakens consciousness, your consciousness as a human being, to the immense beauty of your creation. Your creation is another word of your template that basically contains all the coding underneath all the conditioning, which is you, and which is the potential you hold going forward in a world which holds immense promise for progress. That is, if you choose to remain in a body and in human form. So, in bringing this video to an end, let's just sum up. Ultimately, I could also say the QFS has got a vital spiritual element in it. It's based on the Mandelbrot principle of infinity, infinite supply, which is a reality of life, whether you want to accept it or not. Not is a different matter. If you don't accept it, you are in the linear mind and firmly rooted in the limiting thought processes of the 3D world. But we are moving into something else. The QFS is that something else that is using the higher understanding. Yes, at the moment there is a struggle bringing it in, because we are going through that dualistic phase. But once you understand that your consciousness, as you raise your own frequency beyond what you see in the three-dimensional form, to the possibility which is being ushered in right now, which is already reality, even though you cannot physically see it quite just yet. You will very, very soon. This is the beauty of what we are moving towards. Everybody who is choosing to stay here on the planet in human form will be going through this process, getting rid of the old limiting three-dimensional thought forms, into the new thought forms, which are expansive, which are realigning, for the want of a better word, with your original template that is driven and, shall we say, fueled through the energy of pure love, the 5 to 8 hertz frequency. And when you get this and you align to this and make the conscious decision to direct your consciousness, and that ultimately means your life, you will also be getting that you are playing a vital role in how the QFS, the quantum financial system, is going to unfold, because the QFS, I haven't mentioned that before, has an element to it which is called Gesara Nesara, which is also much misunderstood. I explain that in detail in my course Freedom from the Matrix, available on my website. By the way, you can check my website and sign up to my newsletter in the box below. So once you understand all this, you are going to become a very important player that will help shape the new world which is upon us. Now, this is very exciting, and it's important that we keep this vision, make it alive by aligning with that energy. So thank you for watching this video. Please, again, I invite you to sign up to my newsletter. I invite you to check out my website to just get a little bit better understanding what all this is about, if you are still new to some of the principles. It is not daunting. It is actually very exciting once you know what we are dealing with, and once you know how to process the information for your own good, because it is all starting with you. Forget about the world. Let's focus on you.